Greetings and welcome to the channel. I am Tanisha and you are at Tanisha's Locs Beauty Tips and Potpourri. I'm so happy to have you today. Here we are talking about what it is that you must know in order to get the most out of your Sisterlocks. And I'm going to talk briefly about 5 main things that I have found in my 13-year journey that are the most important when you want to get the most out of this journey. Let's dig in. Before we dig into today's content for the video, I did want to take a few moments to share with you one of the many visual successes that the I Am Melanin Magic hair brand is having. The Magical Hair Growth Serum has been very successful in helping people to restore hair in areas that have long been bald or that have been very difficult to remediate. This client, as you will see as you continue to watch, has been using the product for 2 months, and in the 2-month period has experienced some major changes. So we celebrate these changes, and over the next several videos I'll be able to share with you more and more of the pictures that many of you out there on this beautiful channel, on this blessed channel, have been so gracious and kind to share with me over the last almost 1.5 to 2 years. I'm organizing the files now and really making an effort to show more of the success that the products are having. Now, this is the Magical Hair Growth Serum being used consecutive days, I believe from Wednesday to Saturday or Sunday. And this has been a very hard to treat area for this client. So hopefully you enjoy taking a look at the before and after. We've had various other successes with male patterned hair baldness. Again, the results do vary from person to person. I'm hoping that you will stay tuned for the release of the Magical Hair Growth Serum Accelerator. The group that is participating in the trials, hopefully, I'm giving a shout out to all of you women, will receive your samples within the next 6 weeks. I'm very excited about this particular product because it's entirely different, but hopefully it will be just as effective, or it will pick up where the other serum leaves off. It is definitely worth a try. We're getting some amazing results. I love you guys and thank you for all your support. The I Am Melanin Magic brand salutes your support. I am Melanin Magic, and so are you. Okay, first and foremost, what I want to tell you is 13 years has taught me a lot. Being on this channel has taught me a lot. Interacting with many of you personally as clients, as well as interacting with you in the comments section, whether you are purchasing something from I Am Melanin Magic and are sending me your testimonial or letting me know how the product is working for you. I have learned a lot. I have seen a lot. I have seen a lot of you all's struggles. I've looked at some of the trauma. I've seen a lot of your triumphs and the things on the journey that are working for you and the things on the journey that have made it more difficult. So I speak from some of a cohesion of some of your experiences, as well as some of my own experiences, and some of the things that allow me to think outside of the box, because I'm constantly researching and I'm constantly equipping myself with the analytics that come when we want to continue to be empowered when it comes to the things that mean the most of us and the most to us. And one of those things is our hair. I've been on a journey for 13 years. My hair is still in excellent condition. I do not believe that it is that way because it's genetic. I do not believe that it is that way because I'm just lucky. I have taken a very strategic approach to my hair care, to the point to where now I have no more flaking scalp. I have no dandruff. Every blue moon, if I have a little dry scalp, I put some serum on it and I'm good to go. I don't deal with hair breakage or, dropping locks, losing locks. If my locks have broken off at the tips, it's because I dye my hair or I'm picking my hair with the pliers. Those are the only reasons. In 13 years, I have not lost one lock. And I'm the type of person, y'all, that I believe in self-reliance. I believe in doing for oneself, and I believe in being an independent thinker. So I know for a fact that the strategies that I have put some effort into are what has brought me to this point today. Now, some people just genetically have gray hair. Some people's hair is super strong. I don't come from the ilk that has low density and weak hair. My mother's hair is thick. It's way thicker than mine. My sister's hair, my younger sister has low density hair. My older sister had hair that was way thicker than mine. Super density, not even high density. My hair was low density in here and medium density throughout. Although when you look at my locks, it probably looks high density. If you're in this journey, this video is going to benefit you. If you are coming into the journey, there's just some things that you're going to need to know. And the first thing is something that I talk about on this channel quite often. And that is, you have to understand that Sisterlocks and some variations of Microlocks are a high risk hairstyle. You need to understand that. High risk in the sense that there are a certain set of things that can complicate your journey, that can either end your journey or impair you on this journey. You must be very realistic about what this style entails and what it requires from you in terms of being an active participant in your own rescue. God forbid you need a rescue. Let's just say an active participant in your own hair care journey. So you must arm yourself with information, and you must arm yourself with strategies. And that's the ilk that I come from. I come from arming you and equipping you with information on the channel so that you can make informed decisions. I can talk about Microlocks, Sisterlocks, and the variations of different styles in hair in general. I've been into hair since I was in the first grade. I come from a family of cosmetologists, and I just so happened to find a niche on this channel because of your stories, your shares, and some of your pain. What you must understand is that this is an at-risk hairstyle, first and foremost. The second thing that you need to understand is that the constant cycle of the retightenings is the number one culprit that will jeopardize your hair care journey. I don't care if you come into the journey with low density hair and you are fortunate enough to keep the locks long enough to where they swell, they fill in, and your hair is feeling healthier. I don't care if you come into the journey like I did with medium density hair overall. I don't care if you come into the journey with high density hair and someone who very seldom had to do anything with their hair. It's important that you understand that while we all have different risks to mitigate in terms of what we're starting out with and where our hair is, we all need to be vigilant when it comes down to the things that I need to kind of pay attention to, because these are things that are high risk factor number one, and that's the retightening, as I said. Retightenings are high risk because they're cyclical, they're ritualistic, they're done on a hair grid, a grid that is a series of parts that folks are attempting to maintain those exact parts that particular way. I'll use the example of my dog like I do all the time. She runs in the same area on the grass, okay? She used to just, in no time at all, I'd have a track in my yard. We moved down here. She runs on the driveway. She does a circuit. She jumps the wall. She comes back. It's continuous. My dog is a bit OCD. She's not a typical dog. She will run. She will trap for 8 hours straight and then be totally useless the next day because she's that exhausted. But now I have carved into the cement a trail that is beginning to form. You can see a slight indentation. Okay, unless I do something to replace that, it's going to continue to erode because she runs the same track. It's no different than water running down the side of the mountain. Time and pressure is the only thing that you need in order to break through something or to destroy something, to get what you want. Time and pressure. Those retightenings represent time and pressure. Over time, the cumulative effect of those retightenings is going to break your hair down. It's going to traumatize your hair, and it's going to increase the level of complications that you are going to have. Let's move on to number 3. So what is it that you have to do? You have to mitigate the risks that are associated with the retightenings. You don't have a choice, because this style may not be, for the majority of sisters, at least 70 or 80% and beyond, this style is not going to be if I'm going to have problems. It's going to be, when am I going to have problems? It's going to be, when am I going to start to experience thinning? When are they going to start having to marry my locks? When are my locks going to start to fall? When is my scalpiness going to be associated with something that is far more important than just getting a retightening and seeing the plucked chicken look? So one of the things that you have to be mindful of in this third point is the frequency that you do the retightenings. I've been doing retightenings at 12 weeks for over 12 years, or at least 12 years. All right. I've never lost a lock. I talk about that all the time. I did the first two retightenings, I think, were at 4 weeks, and then I did one around 6 or 7. Then I tried to wait 10 weeks, and my hair pushed back, and it said no. It started to knot up, so I did a couple more at 8, 9 weeks, and then I transitioned to 10 weeks, 11 weeks, and then pushed out to 12. And as a general rule, I began to do anywhere from about 11 or 12 weeks for my retightenings. My hair has not suffered. I did not lose locks. Were there things that I did in the interim in between those sessions? Of course. Are there things that you're going to need to do? Of course. But please, for those of you that are doing retightenings at 4 weeks, please check out my video that says 4-week retightenings. For those of you doing retightenings at 5 weeks and even at 6 weeks, while it may work for you now, ultimately it's going to cause a problem. And if you're lucky, it'll be 5, 10, 15 years down the road if you decide to keep the style. If you're unlucky, it can be 2, 3, 4 years down the road. And for some people, even less, depending upon the genetic structure and the unique energetic signature of your hair. I live way down here in the boonies. I moved away from Georgia. About 3 months ago, I was going into the Dollar General, which is like the grocery store in these parts. And I met a sister, and from afar I could see she had locks. And as I got closer, of course, I knew she had Sisterlocks, and they were very, very long, but they were extremely thin, and she had a hat on, and I knew instantly her crown was thinning and her edges were pretty much gone. I didn't have to have a physical exam. I didn't even need to interrogate her. And I asked her, I said, how often have you been getting your retightenings? Predictably, she said every 6 weeks. I think she's had her locks for 18 years or something like that. They are so thin, her whole head, she probably has about this much density, the entire head. And the unfortunate thing is most of you will not see the relationship. There's not just correlation, but there's a serious causative relationship. You will not see the causative relationship between those retightenings, how often you were getting them, and the quality of them from, you won't be able to associate that with the hair loss. You'll say something like what the typical response is, oh, you know, I'm getting old, I'm going through menopause, or, oh, you know, I had a stressful period in my life, which could be true. Oh, you know, it runs in my family. You will, as your locticians, will take the easy way out instead of assessing what it is that is going on here. All right. And what is going on here is that you are submitting yourself to a regular ritualistic regimen that is actually breaking your hair down. Now, that brings me to point number 4, which is really you understanding that if you're going to continue on this journey, there's just going to be certain things that you are going to have to be in control of that you cannot wait until someone gives you permission to do. And if you can't find the right loctician to accommodate you, you're going to need to keep looking, or you're going to need to arm yourself and do your own retightenings, because that is the only thing that is going to prolong the health of your hair, or for some of you, perhaps eliminate some of the hair loss that is associated with this style long term, and for some of you in the short term. And so that means that you're going to have to determine what your hair can, what you max out at in terms of retightenings. You're going to have to use oil on your hair. It is ridiculous. It is utterly ridiculous to not be using oil on your hair, or not be using a misting spray, or putting something on your hair very, very, very often. Our hair needs that, and anyone that is subjecting you to the ritualistic abuse of the retightens and the traumatization of your hair on a regular schedule, and then not giving you access to the nutritive benefits of what is required to keep your hair conditioned, strong, growing, and resilient, is someone whose hands does not need to be on your hair. It is someone who is going to eventually, due to ignorance and unconscious neglect, put you in a situation somewhere down the road where you are going to realize your hair is thinning, and you're going to realize that they've been standing over you for the last few years and have not mentioned to you that your hair is in trouble. And trust me, by the time you recognize that your hair is in trouble, for some of you, it's going to be too late. Number 5 is understanding that there are going to be some difficult choices that you may need to make with regard to your hair that are going to put you outside of what some people will say is the Sisterlocks community or the right way to do things. And you need to be willing to make those decisions when the time comes. It is my position that you need to be willing to make those decisions before the time comes. You have to be proactive. I've been at this for 13 years and my hair is doing very well. I've got about 6 locks that I'm babying and really paying attention to and observing. I've noted those locks. I know where they are. I treat them differently, the same way you treat children in a classroom differently, the same way you treat your own babies differently. I pay attention to what is going on. I'm proactive and I'm planning for down the road. I did not invest these thousands of dollars in my hair over the course of 13 years to end up at the end of the day depending on the brand to rescue me or depending on the brand to answer a concern that I have, which we know has not been the case with the brand. I appreciate what Ms. Cornwell has done in terms of putting us on the map and revolutionizing the way that we embrace our identity and the abundance of our hair. But I believe we need to go further. And I believe that in order to emerge from your hair care journey and be in a really good situation, barring having hormonal issues, taking medication that pulls your hair out, having hair steroids, having someone add extensions to your hair that are infected, and having the entire systemic apparatus of your hair infected with either fungus or bacteria, barring the excessive weight loss or nutrient deficiencies, lack of water and hydration, barring those things, I believe that we can heavily influence our hair journey and we can move beyond relying on other people to make those decisions for us. So you're going to need to be prepared to use your tuition. You're going to need to be prepared to put oil in your hair. You're going to need to be prepared to make sure that your hair is moisturized and wet when you put the oil in, or at various intervals, intermittently throughout the journey. You're going to need to be prepared to let your loctician know, this is what I need from you and this is what my hair responds to best. 90% of your clients may be doing a 6-week retightening, but that's not what my hair needs. And you understand behind the scenes that it's about economics. Unfortunately, for those locticians who resist giving you some hair autonomy and some personal empowerment, which they shouldn't have to give you. You have to take that for yourself. But let's say they don't respect your need and the requirement for your personal empowerment, then you may need to walk with your feet. You may need to simply make the decision that you're going to have to find someone else who will accommodate you. I've called around when I came way out here to the boondocks, and I was told 6 weeks, this is what I need you to come in at 6 weeks. And then, sight unseen, baby, sight unseen, sight unheard. Hadn't asked me anything about my hair care journey, about my particular characteristics and the qualities of my hair, and so forth and so on. And then if you come at 7 weeks, it's $70 more. If you come 75, if you come at 8 weeks, it's another amount more. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If I had someone in my hair every six weeks retightening my hair with the brutal force in which they do it, with the tool that doesn't work for everyone, with the fixation on the grid, and also the obsession with getting the rotations way down to the scalp, I would not have a head of hair that looks like it does today. So I'm going to ask you to give this video a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to watch the other videos on my playlist that are related to Sisterlocks challenges or newbies or the brand, anything that will allow you to find out more about what this journey is all about. Excuse me. Couldn't afford to have that going on. That's enough actually to get my video a strike, and I'm hoping that it doesn't. But yes, it's very important. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, chime in. Let me know what some of your experiences are. If you are suffering from hair loss, you need to go to the I Am Melanin Magic website. You need to check out the premium blend, and you need to also take a look at the wow, I have an appointment, so I've got to go, but you need to take a look at some of the hair products on the site to see if you can rescue your situation. We've had a lot of success with that. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate all of you. It's time to manifest your masterpiece. Purchase your copy of Manifesting Your Masterpiece on Barnes & Noble or Amazon.com.
Welcome to Tanisha's Locs, Beauty Tips, and Potpourri, the channel where we get it all in. You can also learn more about the I Am Melanin Magic brand. Thank you for stopping by.
Experience the I Am Melanin Magic difference by going to our website www.IamMelaninMagic.com and purchasing your products today. I am Melanin Magic, and so are you. Melanin Magic's fragrance bombs are explosive. Get your charcoal. Make sure you heat it on a heat source long enough so that the charcoal turns gray on all four sides before you place any of the incense, bahor, or unsi on top of the charcoal. Take a small piece, if not the entire ball, take a small piece of your fragrance bomb. And as you break off that small piece, place it on the gray charcoal and enjoy the concentrated aromatics, fragrances, and natural ingredients. Our fragrance bombs are the bomb. Use in a ventilated area and use when you need fragrance all over your space. Feminize and romanticize. I am Melanin Magic, and so are you.
Hey ladies, do you love the way your skin looks and feels? I know I do, because I am using the I Am Melanin Magic Anti-Aging Serum. And at 50, I love the way my skin looks and feels. This blend is bomb. It renews, revitalizes, rejuvenates, soothes, conditions, moisturizes, tones, brightens, and fades all in one step. So if you're ready to get your glow on, go get you some I Am Melanin Magic Anti-Aging Serum.
If you struggle with acne during your youth or even as an adult, it's time to give I Am Melanin Magic Acne Serum a try. Unlike other harsh products that dry out your skin, our oils balance and purify, helping to heal inflammation. All natural and formulated to meet the requirements of melanated skin. You'll see results in no time. Don't delay. Order yours today.
Do you have dark spots from skin irritation? How about unsightly marks from acne that's lasted way too long? Fade Magic can help you find your way back to radiance over time. Don't delay, order yours today.
If you are not using Melanin Magic hair oil, then what are you using?
Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic Skin and Hair Care brand. The I Am Melanin Magic Hair Oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage and promotes growth and can be used on all hair types and looks, from straightened hair and microlocks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and it's anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Tanisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years.
Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections. Her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time.
This is really all your hair needs. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth-promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. It's amazing. The product speaks for itself. Order yours today and don't delay. Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I Am Melanin Magic,
And so are you.